Hey y'all, so I wanted to film my skincare routine today, or really just talk about which products I use, because if you look at my videos from a few months ago, even maybe like a year ago, I had really bad acne. Not really bad, nothing crazy, but it was pretty obvious, and it was mostly in my cheeks, and I would get cystic ones on my forehead and on my chin. Which, if you've experienced acne, which is probably why you're watching this, then you know how painful it is, you know how embarrassing it is, you know how much it sucks. For a quick rundown of my acne journey, so I started getting pretty bad acne my freshman year of college, I think, so maybe 6 years ago or so. And I went to a dermatologist. They prescribed me three creams to put on my face every day, which did work. And it took about, I think I filmed the whole process of it. My face turned really red, it was peeling, it was gross, and then after 4 months or something, everything was clear. I wouldn't even get a pimple once a month. It would be less than that. I didn't like it because it was, one, the products were harsh chemicals that I didn't want to continue putting on my face, and two, they weren't cruelty-free or vegan or anything like that. So in August of 2016, I completely stopped using them. So I was using them for at least 4 years straight, and then I just completely stopped using them. I was expecting right after I stopped using it to have a really bad breakout, but it didn't happen until maybe 2 or 3 months after is when the acne started coming back. So I felt like when it came back, it was worse too. Before, it was primarily on my forehead, but when it came back, it was just all here. So I thought it was hormonal. I thought maybe it was my diet, and I tried so many different things. And with acne, the thing is, you have to give everything time, which is frustrating because usually once you start a new product, it breaks you out even more, and sometimes that's the purging process, whatever. Sometimes it's just not made for you, and sometimes you have to give it 3 months to figure that out, which is frustrating because your face is just looking a hot mess, and it's hard. It's one of those things that definitely kills your confidence, and there were several times that I've cried. There were several times that I couldn't even look at myself in the mirror because I was just I would just start crying, or I'd just be so frustrated. And I've had people say stuff to me that has made me cry, and I can't even imagine what it's like for people with really bad acne where it's all over and you can't even attempt to cover it up. For me, it made me really uncomfortable to be close in front of people. I felt like that's all that they were looking at. I felt that was all that was look at me, that's all that anybody looks at when you have that. So as of right now, and for the past couple of months or a few months or so, my skin has been the best it has ever looked naturally, besides when I was really young and didn't have any skin problems. My skin is nowhere near perfect. I still have a lot of scarring, which I don't know if you can see it in this lighting, but if you watch my other vlogs, you can see a lot of scarring, but we're working on that. I also still have large pores around, my nose and here on my cheeks, and then also along my forehead and some on my chin, which I'm still trying to figure out how to get rid of those. But the best thing is that I'm not really having, breakouts all the time. Before, it was I couldn't go a day without a pimple on my face. So it was, typically in clusters of pimples, and they would either be cystic or they would be there for a long time. And with me, my skin, I'm really pale, and my skin is really sensitive, so if I pick at it, I scar from it, and that's what has happened. And I have to pick pimples. I can't just let them sit there. I think a lot of people are like that, but I think I found what has been working for me, for now at least. And I've tried everything from higher end brands to, I've even tried where you don't use any product on your face, you just use water that lasted a day, because I just hated that feeling. Whatever it is, you name it, I tried it. I've tried changing up my diet, and the other thing is I'm vegan. I've been vegan since March of 2016, And for a lot of people, acne clears up from cutting out dairy and all those products. But that was not the case for me. So that does not work for everybody. It's worth a shot, but it does not work for everybody. I was drinking a gallon of water every single day for several months, but I still was having breakouts. I exercise regularly. I never sleep with makeup on, things like that. I was doing everything right, basically, and I eat pretty clean as well. So I thought maybe I need to cut out all processed foods. So there was a time where I tried eating just whole foods, like plant-based foods. I didn't do it for probably long enough, but that didn't really work for me. And what I've come to find now is that for me, the acne is treated by product, and it doesn't matter what I'm putting in my body, because, I was cutting out caffeine even, stopped drinking coffee, but now I've been drinking coffee every single day and I don't get acne like before. Same with, it's the holidays right now. I've been eating really bad for the past couple of months. Lots of sweets, lots of sugar, lots of carbs, and I, haven't been experiencing crazy breakouts or anything. So for me, it was definitely the products I was using, not what was going inside my body to an extent. So here, I'm going to show you guys what is working for me right now. And I don't use any prescription creams, anything like that. I haven't been to the dermatologist. So yeah, I'm just going to show you. And what I've realized is you need to keep it simple. At least for me, before I was doing like an 8-step system to cleaning my skin, face wash, toner, cream, mask, all this stuff, but that's like way too much stuff on your skin. So yeah, basically you just need to keep it simple, keep it to a minimum, the products you use, and I do not use any scents on my face, like basically whatsoever. I'll show you one that I use that does have a scent, but it's natural scent. So yeah, if I use something with a fragrance, which is why products like Neutrogena and those major acne brands are so bad, because they put like grapefruit smells in it. It's artificial fragrance that is just gonna break you out further, so stay away from those. So for cleanser, the first thing I use primarily, this is what I use basically every single morning, every single night, is this. The soap's not in here, but it's Tea Tree Therapy vegetable-based soap. And this is just, a few ingredients in here. I figured I would try out like just a simple bar of soap. And I know tea tree oil is great at, it's antibiotic or whatever, antibacterial. So I figured I would give this one a try, and it worked pretty quickly after I started using it. And the best thing about this is it lasts for months. Like I think I had my last one for maybe 4 to 5 months. It lasted forever. And it's super cheap. Like maybe it's less than $5, $3.99 I think. And I get it at Sprouts, but you can also get it on Amazon. And all of this stuff I'm going to link below. But it's really affordable. It's just a basic bar of soap. It smells like tea tree oil. The only thing is if it gets in your eyes, it burns so bad. But that's like anything, so just be careful with that. But this has definitely helped me a ton. And what I like about this is I can use it for other parts of my body too. And, it kind of helps with the antibacterial effect of it. So, yeah, highly recommend that. And the other cleanser I use is Avalon Organics, the Lavender and Prebiotics Enzyme Scrub. So I got a facial back in July, and she told me to try an enzyme scrub. She used an enzyme scrub on me there, and honestly I don't even know what that is. I've looked it up, but I can't tell you what that is exactly. I know what enzymes are, but I don't know what they mean by what the whole process is of it, okay? So she was recommending like a cherry one to me, but that was too fruity for me, like the smell of it, so I wanted to try something of my own. So I tried the lavender, which also lavender is anti-inflammatory, things like that. So, and I love this brand, Avalon Organics. It's cruelty-free and vegan. So I tried this one and I love it. It is a scrub, so let's see if I can show you guys. It's gonna like explode all over me. I've had this for a while, but this is the only bottle I've used, so I only use a little bit at a time. It's just a scrub, looks like so. And there's some beads in it, but it's nothing like crazy, nothing too abrasive, and it smells good. That's the only thing I use that's like scented, but it's just with like lavender and cucumber and things that are fairly natural and good for people with sensitive skin like myself. So highly recommend this scrub, and it's great for, you know, exfoliating as well. So typically I'll use the scrub like every other day, or if I'm really feeling like I have a lot of bumps on my face, I'll use it for that. But every morning, every night, I typically use this, and, you know, use this every other day, or maybe just at night, things like that. So I just switch it up. I don't really go by anything strict. So I'm going to show you what I use for creams, and I use a different cream in the morning versus at night. So in the morning, I use Mario Badescu Oil-Free Moisturizer because it has an SPF of 30, and this moisturizer is one of the best things I've ever found. I don't know if I'll keep using it once I run out. I had bought like the whole Mario Badescu acne treatment, which, by the way, like literally cleared up my face completely on the first 2 days that I used it. Completely cleared it up. It was crazy. But then as I kept up with it, it didn't really work for me. So I know a lot of people see a lot of good results from it, but it worked for me for the first couple days. After that, my skin didn't care anymore. So, but I do still love this moisturizer. It doesn't break me out. It like just absorbs into my skin. I like the way it feels. Like I said, I don't know if I'll keep using it. It is cruelty free, but I don't think it's vegan, which is the reason why I don't want to keep using it. It's just difficult for me to find a vegan cruelty free brand that has SPF in it that I actually enjoy, and that's also not scented. So I highly recommend this. I've had this for months now, so a little goes a long way, and it doesn't make me like shiny or anything like that. So yeah, I really like this. This is what I use in the morning. I also use the Mario Badescu drying cream on any of like my actual current breakouts, you know what I'm saying? So I think this is mostly for cystic acne, like you're supposed to put it on if you have like a cystic pimple at the time. But what I like about this is I can use it kind of as a concealer and as a treatment because it matches my skin tone. It doesn't really act as a concealer. It can kind of cover it up for a little bit, but it won't last all day, that's for sure. But I feel a lot better putting this on my skin than actual concealer to cover a pimple up, because I never do that. Because that breaks me out way more. So yeah, I use this if I have an active pimple, and I'll typically put this on at night over like a cystic pimple, things like that. And again, this goes, I use a tiny little dot for this, and that's all you're supposed to use. So this will last for like a good couple of years for me. I don't know that I would buy it again just because it's not vegan. It is cruelty free, but I don't think it's vegan. So now at night, I've had this for years because this thing is huge and you really don't need that much because you're just putting it on your face. And back when I was, when I went to the dermatologist, this is what they told me to buy. It's fragrance free, it's good for people with sensitive skin, and it's moisturizing. So again, I probably won't purchase this again because it's not cruelty free or vegan, but it's what is working for me right now, and I don't want to just throw it out because I've had it. And once I run out of it, I'll figure out what I'm going to use then. But this is what I use for nighttime. There is no SPF in it or anything. Says it's for normal to dry skin, but it works well for me. And there's a decent amount of ingredients in it, but I think the number one thing is that it's not scented. So that's what works for me, and it keeps my skin nice and moisturized even through the winter. So that's what I put on at night. And also at night, I put on this aloe vera gel from Earth's Daughter. So this brand is also cruelty-free and vegan. Now, what I was doing before with aloe, I was using an actual aloe leaf and putting that wherever I had actual acne and also wherever I had scarring. So obviously all on my cheeks, and then I would put it on my forehead because I had scarring there too. And I would just sleep with it overnight, and I could see a difference in the morning. Like, I swear it would lighten overnight, and then it would kind of develop again throughout the day. It was weird, but I know it's working. So it can get kind of pricey to keep buying the leaf, and it's kind of annoying, and it stinks really bad. So I'll probably end up buying like a little plant eventually to like cut it and use it. But I've been using this for now, and it is also, it's kind of like a gel-like consistency, a little bit watered down. But I've just put this in the same places, and you know, it helps with the scarring, and it also helps with actual breakouts because aloe is amazing for all of that. So if you are having current breakouts, or if you have any redness on your face, try the leaf first. I wouldn't buy this. Just go to your local grocery store and see if they have the leaf. It's typically like $2, but you would have to buy that like every week or two in order to keep up with it, or you can just buy the plant and cut it and put it on your face. But I would just literally like clean the outside of the leaf, you know, cut it, whatever, cut off a slice, and then just rub that on my face and sleep with it overnight. It's kind of, I wouldn't say it's drying, it just hardens on your face, so it feels like it's drying. Like when you put on a face mask, it like sucks it up. That's what it feels like. But just sleep with it and it'll definitely help you. It goes for like any cuts you have, like if you had stitches on your face or things like that, try using aloe for the scarring. The only other product I'm going to recommend is Ritual vitamins. I've been taking these, I think, since the summer. I can't tell you if these did the trick or not, because they say that your skin will clear up if you start on these pills. These are just a multivitamin specifically for women, and I've mentioned these before in my videos because I like them and I think they're cool because they look like this, if I can pick it up. So literally the coolest looking vitamin ever, and they put in these, let me show you, they put in these little tablets that smell like mint, so it tastes like mint. Otherwise they taste really bad, but they're supposed to help with clearing skin and all these other benefits and stuff like that. So my skin did start clearing up once I had been using these for a month or two, so I don't know if I can contribute any of it to this. I have taken this every single day for at least 6 months, so I don't plan on stopping and testing if this is what's working too, but it's worth a shot. Plus it has like all the ingredients that women are supposed to have and vegans should have too, so I would try it out. I'll put that down in the description box too. But yeah, those are the few products that I use. So like I said, keep it simple, avoid fragrance, and just like give it time, because I swear so many companies try to advertise like, oh, you need this step, this step, this step, this step, this step, and then on top of that you need to do this. So it makes sense to just use a couple of products, because first of all, how many guys do you know that have like flawless skin and they don't even use anything at all? Like they just use water. Because I know many. And what was so frustrating about the whole acne thing is that I take care of myself, and I would see people eating like crap and have the most perfect skin ever. So that's what was so frustrating for me, and I just needed to get down to the bottom of it. So I think I figured out a good balance for me, and obviously my skin still needs a lot of improvement, and eventually I'll start getting, you know, like microdermabrasion treatments, things like that. I would like to buy my own microdermabrasion tool, but I don't know. I am just waiting and seeing if I do really want to try that. But if you guys have used the microdermabrasion tool, let me know, please. And one of my bad habits also is picking at my face. It's something I still struggle with today. If I feel anything on my face, I like have to pick it off. It's just how I am. Even if I'm like, you know, if it's on my arm or anywhere on my body, I just feel like I have to pick it off. So I've been trying to work on that, like actively telling myself, stop touching your face, because think of how many things you touch in a day and how much bacteria is on that, things like that. And I have been able to wear makeup a couple of times. Well, I wear, whenever I go to work, I just wear this. Like on a typical day-to-day basis, all I do is fill in my eyebrows, and I have nothing on my face right now because I don't like the way it like suffocates me. But you know, if I go out or things like that, I will put liquid foundation on, powder foundation on, bronzer, things like that. So if you guys want a separate video on what I use, that seems to work well with my skin, and considering it's acne prone, just let me know. But yeah, for a typical day, I don't wear makeup, which I think also benefits me, and you know, just still working on the not picking habit. But that's basically it, and hopefully you guys got some help from this, and let me know if you try any of these out, or if you have, and what it, you know, if it helps you or things like that. Just remember that everybody's skin is different, everybody's journey is different, and just try to ignore, you know, the stares that you may get, the rude comments you may get, things like that, because I understand and I know it sucks, but it will get better. And at least what I feel like the good thing about getting older is that your face will probably start clearing up as you get older. Alright, that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!